Hello, hello, and welcome back to No Action Theater, as Perfidious Pete once again returns to the dangerous depths of an alien base in XCOM, The Long War. Good evening, I'm Perfidious Pete, and tonight we'll begin a three-part look at a true piece of absurdist bullshit. It will be a dull, creeping affair in which so little happens that by the end you'll wonder if it is in fact a let's play or perhaps a bitter indictment of the ultimate futility of the human experience. Yes, as works of nihilism go, it's a true masterpiece of inaction. Why, what you're about to see would have made even Samuel Beckett himself stand up and say, "Damn, son, I thought my shit was bleak and absurd, but this is dank, yo." Yes, quite. And so, without further ado, let's begin part one of our No Action Theater presentation. And just a reminder, this episode of No Action Theater has been brought to you in part by a generous donation from the Chubb Group. And before you ask, no, that's not the kind of chub I'm talking about. Alright, so that's my Alistair Cook Masterpiece Theater impression, and now that we've got that out of the way, let's return to the complete and total lack of action here in the depths of this alien base. We are continuing to prosecute our campaign of eradicating the aliens from this installation. Virginia Big Bad Wolf, of course, last episode, barely hanging on to her life by the narrowest of margins, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful in how we meet Virginia henceforth. I know that's going to upset Train horribly, but, well, nobody gives a shit about Train anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Sorry, Pat. Alright, let's try to recap what we had last episode a little bit. It's been a day since I played. I took a quick break in the middle of this. There was, I think, a pod of aliens up in this episode, because we had, or in this episode, up in this area. Johnny Muton here, as we can see, was falling back in a dedicated effort to try and clever girl us, so I'm going to guess there's probably a pod somewhere up in this region, but if at all possible, we want to try and not pop that pod with Virginia Woolf, even though she is our scout, and fortunately for us, we do have Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt, as well as Steve Loco Irwin, both of whom are uninjured and can advance with lightning reflexes. Just in case this pod up here, I'm still kind of worried about Itchy Trigger Tentacle. Mutons don't have it, but it could be a problem, so we're going to try and avoid popping pods with anybody who doesn't have lightning reflexes, just out of an abundance of caution. I don't expect anything up here to really be a problem, because I'm fairly certain it is going to be additionally mutons, based on some of the audio clues we've had. But caution is the watchword of the day, so let's begin a fairly cautious approach here.
Roger, I've got my eyes on.
Team Sniper. I really think our snipers are probably fine right where they're at, so we're going to have both snipers steady their weapon. And we will probably not advance this turn. Like I said, it's been a day since I played, so I don't remember if everybody was right where we wanted them to be. No real shame here in taking an additional turn just to make sure everybody's right where they need to be, though. So let's get to Big Bad Wolf, closer to the action, but not necessarily right up in it. Mustache, Overwatch to keep us safe. Jane Sporty Austin, Margaret Iron Lady Thatcher, similarly for you. Margaret Thatcher, of course, big fan of Alistair Cook. She was the one that inspired me to do that intro. So alien turn, still chrysalids somewhere on the map. We have not seen those chrysalid bastards. I'm really worried about their location. A chrysalid spawn at the wrong time could be hugely problematic for the team. Alright, so I'm fairly certain that last audio clue was the pod of mutons, which means they've got to be like right here-ish, roughly. We're going to advance under full cover, and we're still going to take it slow. So it's one turn at a time until Eleanor the Roosevelt and old Steve Loco can't get to full cover. Well, we know this area is safe because we already killed the floaters that were up there. Let's just have Loco. Yeah, that's probably safe enough. I'm not looking to take any sort of risks at all. Virginia Big Bad Wolf, we will bring you up here, even though having you in destructible cover has already burned us once. I think you should be far enough away from the action that you'll still be safe. I don't really like Mary Mallon where she's at, but there's not much of a better place to put her. This is half cover. I mean, I suppose we could have her start hunkering down.
I've got my eyes on.
But she's further back than even our squad side shooters.
Got it covered.
She's probably okay. I mean, she's not okay because she carries typhoid, but she's asymptomatic, so I mean, as long as that trends hold true, no worries for Mary Mallon. Worry for Mary Mallon's employers, because she'll go cook your dinner and you'll get fucking typhus and die. I mean, that actually happens, so we've got documented evidence on our side there. Don't let Mary Mallon in the kitchen, I guess, is the, don't let her work the mess.
Headed there now.
Alright, Eleanor the Roosevelt. Still nothing. Right, well, we could see to where that guy died. I don't want to go to here with Steve Loco Irwin, because that's maybe a little too aggressive. What if we spring you over here, Steve?
Position confirmed.
Alright, I kind of like this move. We could use a motion tracker. Also, the crumbling ruins from the top of the alien base don't really fill me with a lot of confidence, guys. We're getting really strung out. Jane Sporty Austin is not going to be able to contribute anything from where she is currently. Even with squad sight, she just can't shoot far enough. Maybe we start moving Jane Austen forward as well. And probably Samuel Clemens needs to advance as well. I mean, if he's going to contribute anything, we're going to need him a little closer. Do we want to put Samuel Clemens in a position where he has to contribute, might be the question. Would we rather just leave him back here and keep him safe? I mean, normally we're out to have the mustache protect us. Maybe this is a case where we should make an effort to protect the mustache? I'm a little torn. I am going to bring Maggie T forward, although having Margaret Thatcher in a forward position is also kind of dangerous because she's looking at 13 health. A critical from a muton kills her. Then again, she's immune to criticals.
Got it covered.
She's high enough rank to have critical immunity, so maybe that's not really a problem. We can probably afford to spring the big bad wolf over here. Half cover, full cover for Virginia.
Overwatching.
I'm not sure if that cover is destructible, though. Having looked at this piece of destroyed terrain, I'm going to guess that it probably is. Mary Mallon, not going anywhere. And truly, no action theater is in full effect here, folks. Not a lick of action so far, and it's been nearly 10 minutes. Actually, I exaggerate, it's been more like 5, but still, my hyperbole notwithstanding. Nothing has happened. Also, we've only had 2 pods then that spawned in this room so far. There was the mutons that were here that we eradicated, and then a pod of 3 floaters over here. I'm worried that this would be some kind of unbelievably powerful pod like double sectoids or something, but the audio clue says mutons. So if it's mutons, alright, we gotta start thinking about worst case scenario. Worst case scenario for mutons. 6 muton elites, maybe?
Okay.
I mean, as far as worst case scenarios go, that's a pretty shitty scenario.
Roger. I got my eyes on.
Still continuing to study weapon here. Tesla, I do want you closer in case we need a grenade. This is a safe-ish move for Tesla. I think we take it. I'm not going to do anything that might potentially spawn a pod until the rest of the team is in position, and by the rest of the team... Samuel Clemens. Alright, well, let's get Sporty.
Time to motor.
Sporty should be able to contribute fairly reliably here with the old Goss from that location. Mary Mallon's on Overwatch. Van Doren's going to steady. Let's wait one more turn and get the mustache a little further forward. Alright, mustache. Make a break for it. That's right. It's time to motor, mustache. Move your ass. Move the stash, in fact. Move your stash. No, I'm not talking about your drug stash, Samuel. You can leave that right where it's at. I'm sure it's perfectly safe. Unless Bradford knows it's in the barracks, in which case it's definitely not safe, because Bradford will totally loot your stash. He might steal your mustache, too, if he gets drunk enough and somebody dares him. Alright, so yet another turn of inaction here, because I'm gonna... It seems like I'm being just... walking on eggshells, overly cautious,
Let's
but
do this.
I'm putting Mary Mallon in a location where there is no destructible terrain and where she literally cannot be seen or shot. So it's another turn of weapon studying. The Iron Lady is not really going to get any farther forward unless somebody else has to move and vacate a spot for her. Tesla's probably good. Roosevelt, Big Bad, Irwin, Mustache. I mean,
Orders confirmed.
this is risky. Having 2 people on the same piece of destroyable cover, I don't necessarily like it. These guys are far enough back, though, that it should not present much of a problem. Alright, so there's got to be mutons up there. We've got the muton audio clue, and we've had... then again, we've had 2 silent audio clues in a row. There could be 2 pods up there. What if it's mutons and outsiders? That's definitely worse than just mutons. This is... okay. Alright, so... the Wolverine has the lightning reflexes. What if we take her up here and just have her take a peek, and then if we need to, we can have her run away? Because my goal is to deal with this exclusively, exclusively with squad sight. So this is what we're going to do.
Weapons free.
Alright, there's the pod. Okay, they're right in the corner. Fantastic. How did, by the way, my lightning reflexes didn't apply to your Overwatch shot? Because we were standing in the... Okay, I'm real salty about that. I'm not gonna lie. My saltiness on that one exists on multiple levels. We only have one shot here with James Sporty Spy Sauce, and double 49s on this Muton, and we'll take it. No connect. Alright, so that's a kill. Sporty. That's a Sporty Spice. Alright, now we're gonna have mad options here for Helen Keller. Shoot no. I want to shoot the Mechtoids. I want to shoot the Mechtoid that's on Overwatch if I can. And I can, so let's... Who's the flank shot at? A Muton. Now, the Muton is not a priority target. He's not on Overwatch, also he's just a Muton. 12 damage is a pretty respectable start. Little double tap action, we may be able to finish that guy off. With luck and a critical, we could get the kill here. Come on, Deadeye. Alright, well, you know, noble effort, Deadeye. That was a good try. How hurt is that guy? He has 3 health left. We can definitely kill him then. Assuming Van Dorn can see him, and I have to assume that VD is going to be able to see that guy, right? He absolutely can. So VD kills... He kills this man. And then with his double tap shot, I think we disable the other guy. I'm a little concerned about Eleanor Roosevelt. That 8 damage, it didn't actually punch her armor or anything, but now taking any sort of risky move with Eleanor Roosevelt becomes doubly risky. If she fails a lightning reflexes roll, she could theoretically die. Alright, so 3 damage and the disable. We can have Eleanor the Ruse Roosevelt retreat to absolute and total safety. Clemens, you're on Overwatch. Marlin, Overwatch. Iron Lady, Overwatch. Tesla, I would really like to get you to some better cover, even if it means foregoing anything out of you this turn. I want you in full cover. That's good. You can't see the enemy, and if we need you to, you can go up and over with a grenade.
Good to go.
Eleanor the Ruse Roosevelt's got to get the hell out of Dodge. I'm actually kind of displeased that Eleanor Roosevelt can see enemies at all. Is this the time for the shadow device? Everybody is just going to shoot at Eleanor Roosevelt if we leave her where she's at. I would love to come here, because I'm pretty sure we would be invisible to all of these guys. And then next turn, we could sprint forward and really wreck some shop with Steve, Loco, Irwin. I still don't think it's the right move. Virginia Big Bad Wolf, as strange as this sounds, I'm going to have you hunkered down. You're not going to get any kind of decent Overwatch with that shotgun. Alright, Eleanor Roosevelt, cross your fingers and get ready to kiss your ass goodbye. I mean, if you want to tuck your head between your legs, probably it's the smart move. If the regular Mutons whip a grenade here, you're dead. I don't think they'll be able to whip a grenade. Okay, he's not whipping a... Okay, he's going to blood call. So unless this guy advances and throws a grenade, which he's not going to do from there, I don't think he can even throw one that far. These guys probably don't have bombard. If I was smart, I would have checked before. Okay, well that worked out pretty well. Speaking of which, let's be smart and check and make sure they don't have bombard. Depth perception, elevated ground, blood frenzy. Suppression, hyper-reactive pupils, depth perception, blood call, intimidate. Okay. So no bombard, which means they can't whip a grenade this far. So it's squad sight time then. We're just going to fire up the squad sight shots and take what we can get. And again, it's the double 49s here from Jane Sporty Austin. Sporty Spice can be nice twice. Nice-ish. I mean, she got most of the way home. That's we can still get a confirmed kill off that probably with Helen Keller here. Actually, Tesla could suppress that guy to death too. The Ruse? Do we want to have you... You would have to run and gun to do anything. Is this full cover by chance? No. It's terrible cover, in fact. This is half cover all the way around. Eleanor the Ruse Roosevelt may have to hunker down. Do we have anybody who's going to be able to help her out? Steve Irwin can see one guy from there, which means if we were to move Iron Lady, Margaret Thatcher, a little bit further forward, say to there, she could get a shot at that guy, but she would be very easily flanked. That seems like a terrible idea.
Covering now.
Let's, now, we hang back and rely. This has been working. We're just going to hang back and rely on our squad side shots. 90% for the kill. Unless Tesla can suppress that guy from complete and total safety, I'm not going forward. There's cover here. Full cover, he would likely be able to see that guy.
Moving.
Let's do it. It's a little riskier than I'm comfortable with, but sometimes we're gonna have, eventually we're gonna have to take some manner of risk. I mean, we gotta take a risk at some point. That's also a promotion for Tesla. Eleanor the Ruse Roosevelt is probably gonna hunker down in all likelihood. And that opens up Helen Deadeye Keller here to just start shooting at overwatching Muton. And Keller, one shot, one kill. She's the Deadeye. She is the Deadeye. So that leaves one enemy that's still visible. Okay. All right, Van Dorn can see him. Van Dorn with a 70%. We're going to take it. Give me some hits here, VD. I should have said give me some kills here, VD. VD kills, ladies and gentlemen. VD kills. So it's Overwatch for you. Eleanor Roosevelt then is absolutely going to hunker down because there's only one Muton left. If he throws the grenade that destroys her cover, that grenade won't kill it. So that's the no danger move right there. That means Nikola Tesla is currently our most vulnerable unit. And he's still pretty comfortable because I don't think this guy's going to be able to get a flank shot on him. Seems unlikely. What are you doing? Your shuffle step... Oh, excuse me? Where did that guy come from? Oh, it's the guy we disabled. I'm an idiot. We didn't kill that guy. Oh, okay. I got far luckier than I had any right to get. Our snipers have one shot apiece. They can't miss this guy. Well, we're not gonna not shoot. This will waste our double tap action, but you know what? I don't even care. That guy's gotta die.
Out of ammo.
Huge critical from Helen Deadeye Keller. She can't reload with her double tap action, which frankly sucks, but as long as this guy's dead, it's less of an issue. Adios. Mechtoid and Mechtoid, the Mechtoid twins. Down they go. They're going down. They may or may not be yelling timber. I don't really know. Seems like yelling timber would be kind of the class act move, because let's face it, Kesha, that lady, a class act. And Tesla, yes, I'm going to get you the hell out of Dodge because I don't like you
Let's do this.
being in any kind of danger. You go ahead and reload. Roosevelt, I don't even want to risk having you walk in. I don't even want to risk having her take a lightning reflexes shot. It's too dangerous. It's too damn dangerous. So if we bring Virginia Big Bad Wolf over here, she can't see the other Muton. Where the hell is he then?
Affirmative.
All right, Steve Irwin, you haven't been shot yet, so I guess it's your turn. You got the short straw, champ. All right, so that guy's right there. Mustache? I mean, we could bring you... This is a fairly aggressive move, but...
Moving to designated position.
I'm not that uncomfortable with this. You can see the guy. That's good. Keeping an eye on him is useful. Sporty Spice, we're going to move you to here. Margaret Thatcher, I think you're fine right where you're at. And does that just leave Roosevelt? You know what? Oh, hunker down again. I'm really very concerned about you, and I think we only have one med kit left. We can't use our last med kit to heal as much as I would like to. We got to save that med kit for stabilizing if somebody gets wounded. Should we skip our turn then with the Deadeye, put the ball in the alien's court, and see what they do? I'm guessing this guy's gonna run.
Falling back.
Is he? Because he doesn't seem to be falling back. He looks like he just stood right there. Ah, the AI with indictment of its own gameplay tactics, which is considering staying still the equivalent of falling back, so they equate no progress with the same as negative progress. No, he's actually straight up running away. Okay, so he's hauling balls. Let's assume he's trying to clever girl. I'm gonna guess there are probably enemies in that next location as well. If we could just get vision on him. He could be on Overwatch.
Moving to position.
Oh. Okay. He could be on Overwatch. And if he is, that's a problem. The other problem is, what if he's clever girling us into a pod that has Itchy Trigger Tentacle? Virginia Big Bad Wolf will be on the move when the shot happens, so lightning reflexes will trigger. This is okay. We still can't even see the guy. Doesn't matter where he went then.
Yes, sir.
Alright, we're gonna have to do some aggressive chasing here. We still can't see him, huh? Man, he is... Okay, so he's all the way headed for the hills. Clemens, I think we put you on Overwatch just in case he comes back.
Ready to rock.
Sporty Spice, I'm gonna have you reload.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Ready to engage.
Team Sniper's got to reload. We're gonna have them reload and steady. Both the Deadeye and VD Van Dorn.
I'm on it.
We're green to go.
Keller's gonna reload and steady. And that just leaves Tesla, who honestly I think is comfortably tucked in a safety hole here. Let's not mess with Nikki T. We'll just leave him right where he's at. The ruse? Risky, but I think an acceptable risk. She should have almost no line of sight to anybody, exercising the caution available from the patented ramp of safety. We're going to use the AI's tactics of harnessing the power of the inclined plane against them. I mean, the inclined plane is one of the greatest inventions in human history. And I'm not even being facetious with that. It legitimately is one of the greatest inventions in human history.
I'm on it, Commander.
Alright, Loco. Don't suppose you can see that muton, huh? Well, that door is still closed, so the son of a bitch is in there somewhere. Big Bad?
Copy that.
You're here and you're on Overwatch. Steve, I think you likewise are on Overwatch.
Scanning.
Clemens, I'd love to get you up into the mix, but it means putting you in half cover, and that is not an acceptable risk, really. So we're gonna go ramp of safety action then for the Mustache, Jane Sporty, Austin Reloaded. Let's just have her advance to full cover. And I think we're just gonna leapfrog our way forward.
Time to motor.
I don't think that guy's coming back. I really don't think he's coming back. Pretty sure he's not coming back. Keller and Van Dorn can stay. Non-zero chance we might get vision with Eleanor the Roosevelt.
Good to go.
Nope. Alright. So we're gonna put the Ruse here. It's the last spot of safety that she can reach. Alan's gonna Overwatch then, and I guess we're just studying our weapon with Team Sniper. And Tesla. You know what, Tesla? I think we can probably afford to maybe take a slight risk and move you forward a little bit, buddy. You should be invisible to alien gunfire from there. If we're gonna have you do much of anything, it's gonna require you to use a grenade, and that means you gotta be closer.
You hear that?
So this muton's right on the other side of the door, then. I'm very concerned about what might be in that room. What's he trying to clever girl us into? We could motion track her. But we can see every tile but, like, these two. Actually, he's not there because we can step in those tiles. If the muton was there, we wouldn't be able to stand in those tiles. So did he fall back through a closed door? How did that work? Alright, Steve, go check it out. The son of a bitch absolutely fell back through a closed door. Well, that sucks. That's real shitty.
Moving to position.
I'm not happy. I'm not a happy camper at all. Falling back through closed doors. I mean, at least open the door if he falls back. I don't have a problem with him falling back. That's okay. If he wants to fall back, let him fall back. Falling back through a closed door, though, that's bullshittery of the highest magnitude.
Roger. I got my eyes on.
Alright, Erwin, you're on Overwatch. Even though that's objectively a bad spot to have you do this from, we're going to have to take some time here and shift our battlefield. So Johnny Muton has managed to buy himself a few extra minutes of life with his aggressive retreat. We did this last time we were in an alien base. We used this little area as sort of like a bunker, and we drew stuff back through this door. I fully expect we're probably going to need to do that again. I fully expect that we're probably going to need to do something.
Got it.
It's a contradiction in terms, Pete. Now I'm talking to myself with direct address. That's how you know you've gone truly insane, when you start talking to yourself with a direct address. Yeah, you're a borderline madman. This is what XCOM The Long War has done to me. This is what it's reduced me to. Tesla, I'd like to get you closer, but... Well, fuck it, that guy ain't coming back. We got two guys on Overwatch.
Moving to position.
I'm willing to risk half cover and an Overwatch. Roosevelt, you're on Overwatch. Typhoid Mary, we're gonna have to start moving you forward.
Double time.
If something untoward happens towards the front, untoward toward the front, I'm not clever. We do need you closer to the fight, though. The Team Sniper can just sit back here and snipe through this door. We've already learned this. Actually, we may need to pinch them in a little bit, but that's not a problem. Don't you mean, shut up and listen, mate? You're Steve Irwin. You gotta do it right. Do the accent, Steve. You gotta do the accent. So there's definitely mutons, multiple pods. It sounds like 3 pods of mutons, and I'm gonna count at least 4 pods of mutons, one of which could be the dude who ran away. That's still a lot of mutons beyond that door. So there's no way I go through this door without dropping a motion tracker. That's just not gonna happen. We're gonna motion tracker before we step through there. And I think we're gonna trigger with Steve Irwin. So let's get our best overwatching, highest damage units ready to be in position for whatever the fuck comes through that door. So Roosevelt, you're gonna stay right where you're at. Big Bad Wolf, I kinda like you where you are. Clemens, that means we've gotta have you here. Sporty Spice, we're gonna want you here.
On the move.
That gives us 2 strong shooters in the pinion positions on the door. There's really nothing for Margaret Thatcher to contribute in this situation, though.
Rolling out.
Right, we're gonna do a little
I'm on
pincher
it,
maneuver with
Commander.
our snipers just to make certain they've got full line of sight, because that wide door, they should be able to shoot through that. Iron Lady, I mean, I guess we can bring you
Got
here.
it. Moving.
Tesla, we'll just have you back her up. That seems like a respectable position for you. And then pincher maneuver again with
Okay.
the Deadeye. She's on steady. And then the next turn, I think we use our motion tracker, see what's behind that door, and if it's anything problematic,
Got it covered.
we dash in, activate as few as possible, and then Steve Irwin runs like hell. I actually don't even want to go in the
What's
room.
making that noise?
May do what I did last time, which is just have him stand one tile in the door in case that muton has fallen back to one side. They did this last time we tried this trick. They had a guy to one side of the door. The problem, oh, okay, there he is right there. So he was coming back. All right, well, the muton making our job easy, and I'm curious how he got through that door without opening it the first time. Because clearly when he came through the door that time, opened it. So aliens, when unobserved, apparently are like electrons. They can quantum tunnel, and as long as they're unobserved...
Yes, Commander.
Oh shit, I forgot the motion track. Forgot the motion tracker, but it worked out. All right, so Steve, that guy must have been on one side of this door then. There's nothing here. There's no way I'm advancing to one of these on a yellow move, because if we pop a pod, and I got to assume there's something in there. Yeah, not this time.
Moving out.
Move your ass, Steve. Get back to safety. The rest of the team is not going to change tactics at all, so now we're going into full Overwatch creeping time.
Rolling out.
It's time to creep. Creep, creep, creep along like your Facebook stalker. We're absolutely going to be maximum creeping here. Creeping so hard you're going to want to have the judge bump us back to 500 feet. That's
Overwatching.
the level of creeping we're doing henceforth. Overwatch for Tesla. I wouldn't mind getting Tesla a little closer.
You read my
We've got to
mind.
turn. Oh, I read your mind, Nicola. Well, I'm glad that you're thinking aggressively with grenades as I am.
On Overwatch.
At least we're on the same page. I mean, it may be a wrong page and a stupid page to be on, but we are on the same page. Chrysalids. If we run in here and pop a pod of chrysalids, I'm not sure if Steve Irwin's going to be able to fall back enough to keep himself safe. And we don't repeat our mistake of last turn. It's absolutely the time for a motion tracker. If Helen... Actually, if Virginia Big Bad Wolf was closer, I'd ever whip a battle scanner in here. Okay, so there's 400 guys in here. 1, 2, 3... I see a 4... Okay, so we got a 4-man pod. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? This might be 3 pods stacked on top of each other. I'm thinking a 4-man, a 5-man, and a 4-man, and I'm going to bet at least one of those pods is chrysalids. I'd love to get a battle scanner up here and try for a squad sight shot, but I don't think it's going to work. I don't think our snipers would be able to hit from there. The other option would be to have Sporty Spice come up here to this door, but then she's just going to eat a complete fusillade of grenades and get... No, that's not going to work. If we put her here, she's just going to get grenaded. It won't destroy her cover, but if these are mutons, and we've got the muton sound, so we know at least some of them are, if they are mutons, they're just going to lob grenades at her until she's dead. Can't do it. All right, Steve.
Heading out.
I'm asking a lot here.
Make ready.
Itchy trigger tentacle, guys? No, but there's the chrysalids. All right, well. They're right on Steve's ass. All right, so the chrysalids... This is fucking 8 trillion pods of dudes. So we have a whole pod of chrysalids. What is this, a floater and a heavy? Okay, so floaters. Mutons. Oh, Steve, this is not good for you. And, oh, shit. Steve has to run as far away as he can get because of the chrysalids, that there is no cover. Steve, why can't you be 1 tile faster? Is anything going to be able to shoot at Steve if he stays in the open? Possibly the floater. Well, we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. Steve has got to run. We can't... those chrysalids, I knew they were going to fuck me. Since I heard the chrysalid noise at the start of the mission, I knew at some point the chrysalids were going to come along, we were going to be in a vulnerable position, they were going to take advantage of us while we were on the rebound and put their dick in our butt. They were going to find us when we're vulnerable, and like Ben Affleck, they were going to fuck us in a very uncomfortable place. I'm not happy that their little plan worked.
Roger. I got my
Because I was
eyes on.
expecting the plan. It's like, I knew going into the date, oh, Ben Affleck is looking to get a little anal here, I should probably protect my butthole. And then he
Scanning.
came up and he's like, so you want to try some butt stuff? And I was like, sure, you're Ben Affleck. Let's, I've never done it before, and it seems like it might be a little uncomfortable,
Moving
but
to Overwatch.
let's try some butt stuff. What the hell?
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
A fell for it and I should not have fallen for it. Well, there goes all of our Overwatch to a lightning reflexes chrysalid. That's fucking brilliant. This guy cannot be fast enough to catch Steve Irwin. He just can't. Also, Steve put one right in his fucking snot box, too. You're not fast enough to get to Steve. Or you were, for whatever reason, and double skittered? Alright, well, Irwin may be able to kill all of the chrysalids by himself. It's a shame he can't use the chrysalids for cover. I beg your pardon? This is the fastest muton in This is the fastest chrysalid in the history of the world.
That is not good.
Yeah, you're right. It's definitely not good. That guy moved like 40 tiles. I'm glad we moved Steve as far as we did, though, because if we had shorted his movement even one extra tile, Steve is dead right now. If we hadn't moved him his full allotment, he is dead. Close, big bad wolf. Come on, Virginia wolf. There it is. Huffing, puffing, blowing houses down, blowing chrysalids into juicy wads of haggis. I'm less concerned about getting shot now by that floater. I don't think he's going to be fast enough to get an angle on Steve Irwin, and Steve Irwin is really softening these guys up nicely.
Weapons sucking ammo fast.
No close encounter shot, huh? Okay. How many chrysalids are in this pod? I think Steve Irwin may have emptied his weapon. I'm pretty sure Steve Irwin has emptied his weapon here.
Out of ammo here.
Yeah, it's real bad, Steve. We got a lot of guys right up in our grill. This is not a good situation for us. Okay, don't get shot by a floater, Steve. Don't get shot by a floater. All right, we're down to regen. That means the aliens are done. All of these guys have regeneration, huh? Seems legit. Okay. Well, we got the one shot with Eleanor the Wolverine Roosevelt. We're going to take it. Wolverine kills a man, and I think she reloads. Virginia Big Bad Wolf has a chance to take this guy out and also still get a reload. Big Bad huffs, puffs, and another one falls.
I'm ready.
She actually could see that guy. And Steve Loco Irwin. Alright, well, we're going to have to drive some coffin nails into those rearward-facing gentlemen. You can only see 2, huh? No, you can see 3. What's the one? I need to shoot the one with a lot of health. I need you on that target. Oh, Helen Deadeye Keller with the dead eye. I'm telling you, they say in the man of the blind, or in the land of the blind, the man with one eye is king, but I'm telling you, it's not the man with one eye, it's the woman with no eyes. The woman with no eyes is truly the king of this fucking shit. Helen Deadeye Keller is fucking racking up kill after kill. She's popping bitches like she's taking a target practice. This is like batting practice for the Deadeye. It's a turkey shoot. It's a turkey shoot. These ducks are lined up in a row, and Helen's just sitting there. She paid her $, she got her 10 bullets and 10 BBs at the fair, and now she's just plinking away. Typhoid Mary, Overwatch. Iron Lady, Overwatch. Tesla, we don't really need you to do anything. Steve, we need you to get the fuck out of there.
Roger, Dodger.
So, like, get the hell out of there. You're gonna need to reload next turn, but...
Good to go.
Clement's gonna reload, Overwatch, 40, Overwatch. And now we play the waiting game. Clemens and Austin open it up on Tricky Muton. Tricky Muton Peeker comes up to take a peek and gets the voyeuristic treatment he was dreading. Gonna come peek in my windows, Mr. Muton? Huh? You gonna peek in my windows? Oh, this is what happens when you come peeking in my windows, sir. I will not abide your voyeuristic tendencies. Very clever step into the left. That was a smart move. Oh, there's a berserker. Alright, well, we are inadvertently in a pretty good position to deal with that berserker, actually. Not intentionally, but we should have some shots, right? Sporty, double 69s is not as good as I might have liked. He's got to reload. Mustache, what do you got? Double 83 is pretty good. We're going to draw him closer with every single shot, too. If I only have one unit on Overwatch, I would prefer that unit to be Clemens. So let's start Jane Sporty Austin off, opening up with the double 69. That's right, it's a daisy chain from Sporty Spice. Did not get as many hits as I might be hoping for. Sporty, if you want to panic here, I'm totally okay with that. Alright, well, Sporty says no. Alright, well, Clemens, we can take... I was going to say we could take one shot out of you and pull the enemy closer, but we're not even going to need to do it. We can just have Helen Deadeye Keller pop this fucker. He's a big red balloon, and Helen Keller is not a fan of 99's Fit Luft balloons. She's just not having it. Tesla, you're not going to do anything more useful. Let's have you take this shot. Tesla with the pop. Dead as oh, very. All right, so Nikola Tesla's hip. He's with it. Dead as disco.
Got it covered.
Yeah.
Got it covered.
Clemens is on Overwatch. We probably should have had Clemens reload before putting him on Overwatch. Would have been a smart move. Van Dorn's going to reload and crack himself a nice little steady weapon. And we've got a shooting gallery set up.
Overwatch.
I'm not going to leave the shooting gallery until the Carney closes the stand. A kill here would be beautiful, Clemens. The mustache it's so defending us. The mustache is fucking fully on point here. 100% kill ready is the mustache. Look at this. He's putting on a display. Look at this pile of corpses. We're making the aliens crawl at us after over a pile of their own dead. You blood called. Okay, not the greatest decision the enemy has ever made, but not a decision I object to. So, Clemens, we'll come back to you in a minute. If we can get kills with Team Sniper back here, I think we should absolutely take the kills with Team Sniper. Keller, you can... 52% is the best you can do, huh? Double 52s, in fact. Might be better to just have you reload while Van Dorn shoots. Van Dorn has a much better shot at that guy. Yeah, alright, Van Dorn killed the close man. We should have a double tap shot here from Van Dorn. Yep, okay. Double tap, Executioner. Now we're in Ghetto Town with 55%ers. Van Dorn still came through. What's the most effective use of our remaining resources? I would love to have Sporty and Clemens both on Overwatch, if possible. Which means Helen Deadeye Keller is the only game in town. Oh, she delivers yet again. Never tell Helen Keller the odds. Never tell her the odds. Because Helen Keller, she doesn't give a shit about the odds. Not a single fucking shit. She doesn't care at all. So Overload for you. You're on Overwatch. Overwatch. Irwin, Overwatching. Clemens, you're going to reload and once again go on fantastic obliterative Overwatch. And obliterative may actually be a word I just invented, but you know what? I like the sound of it. I think I've coined a good term here. And here comes the problem, children. The Muton Elites are going to be the tough part of this road to hoe, because I fully expect this son of a bitch to chuck a grenade at us. Alright, Clemens. A rare miss, but hey, you know what? You can't hit them all. You can't hit them all there, Samuel. He's not going to stay there. Plus, that was a double move, which turns out it is, and now that guy is badly flanked, and he's going to be killed by probably VD Van Dorn. Nope, because, well, Helen Keller's out of ammo.
Reloaded.
So I guess she's going to reload and steady. VD Van Dorn should still have some bullets in the gun, though. Right, VD? VD, can you help me out here? A little bit of shottery. 60% is not fantastic. Is there some way we could enhance... Oh, well, let's just do this, then.
That's affirmative.
So Eleanor Roosevelt dashes in, shoots this guy in the mouth, gets the shred, the hit, possibly the kill. Well, that guy's dead. That totally activates hit and run, and then we just run back to
Moving to
safety.
position.
Beautifully done, Eleanor. A perfect stick and move. Cassius Clay himself somewhere is applauding.
Ready to engage.
So reload done for Clemens. Back to Overwatch. Sporty, Overwatching for you. Typhoid Mary, you're on Overwatch. VD Van Dorn, I think you reload and steady. This puts both of our snipers fully back in the mix here. Overwatch for Margaret Thatcher. Tesla, guess you're gonna Overwatch as well. And so far our plan is working perfectly. This floater is dead. Wow, that was beautiful, guys. The Overwatch firepower here is just fucking overwhelming. I'm very pleased with the way this is working out. I was a little salty earlier about the Eleanor Roosevelt thing when she got shot by the itchy trigger tentacle, but you know what? If that one shot was what we had to take to pull off this Overwatch shooting gallery,
Ready to rock.
it was totally worth it. And I'm gonna have Jane...
Affirmative. Covering
At some point, we've got to reload with Jane Austen. Also, the floater is down. The heavy floater is down, rather. So any of the other floaters that might decide to come
I'm ready.
try a little up and over action on us here, those guys are going to be dealing with the full fury of the mustache. And the mustache could drop them in a single hit. And also, it's just regular floaters. Or there are multiple heavy floaters. I could be wrong. I only saw one heavy floater, but that doesn't mean there is only one. I think we're going to take a couple extra turns
To
here.
Overwatch.
Everybody is reloaded and ready.
Got it covered.
We're gonna bide our time for a few turns. And this may be where we wrap things up, actually. If we can get a couple turns here where nothing is coming at us, I'm gonna assume that
Got
means
it covered.
we have eliminated all the remaining alien pods, and this may be licking and sealing the envelope.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
This may be getting things done in a rush right before Christmas Eve. This may be our Christmas Eve, gotta get the presents finished and get them under the tree style.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
We had a silent pod activation.
Overwatch. Aye, aye.
Probably outsiders. There's gotta be outsiders somewhere in this base, and we have not encountered a single outsider yet. So that could be an unactivated pod. I'm guessing it's an unactivated pod. I think we killed everything. We killed a lot of friggin' aliens right there in that hallway. I mean, we murdered a lot of guys.
Roger.
Overwatch for Tesla. Virginia Big Bad Wolf is straight up our fastest trooper. And if somebody's got to go in here, we could actually have Virginia scout the other side without entering the room with a battle scanner. That's probably the smart move. Alright, so we got one more turn and see if anything comes up at us over the wall. And if not, that's where I'm going to wrap things up. And next episode,
Overwatching.
we'll start probing the final hull. And I know I've talked about Argentinian hulls and dusky-hued, dark-eyed Spanish beauties named Argentina.
Eyes peeled, Commander.
As much as I wish I was probing one right now, in fact, this is the hole I'm been assigned to probe, so I'm
Overwatching.
gonna fully probe it. Steady the weapon. And let's see if the aliens want to tango any further, or if they have danced their forbidden dance. Danced their last forbidden
You
dance,
hear
rather.
anything?
So there's still a muton. Possibly in an active pod, 2 mutons. And there's at least 1 or 2 floaters running around. Alright. But that's going to be it for this one. Signed and sealed with a kiss. Yes, for the dark-eyed, dusky-hued Spanish beauty named Argentina. If she was here, I'd seal that with a kiss. But that's it for this one. If you enjoyed the episode, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Of course, your support does really mean a lot. And if you'd like to see the probing of this dark and deadly hole, not, again, a Spanish beauty, but still, you might consider subscribing as well. We probe holes on a pretty regular basis here. Every day, in fact. Right now, however, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.